Hi, Jason Van Dyne here from AQuest Wealth Strategies. In our previous video, we explained and discovered the fundamentals of a Roth IRA and how a Roth conversion might work. We talked about what a Roth conversion is and why it might make sense for to convert some of our money from traditional IRAs to Roth IRAs.
That was absolutely thrilling.
But why hasn't anyone ever heard of this? And why do so few people use Roths?
I have no idea.
You have no idea?
One reason might be because of how new Roth IRAs are, and that the Roth conversion strategy has only recently made sense to begin to implement.
Oh, that explains everything.
The idea of Roth IRAs was proposed by Senator William Roth of Delaware in 1989, so pretty new. He was bothered by the dismal savings rates, which we still have in America.
Sometimes life feels like some dismal story.
According to the senator, the American household savings rate is lower because Americans are paying greater amount of taxes.
Well, that makes perfect sense.
So that was his thesis. Indeed, American households were saving back then was only 3% compared to the 7.3% that it is now, so a huge increase. For that reason, he wanted to tweak the traditional savings vehicles and turn them into a more flexible system of saving for the American public.
Well, that sounds good.
Within 8 years, a new law was passed. It was called the American Taxpayer Relief Act of 1997. This established Roth IRAs and named it after Senator Roth because he was the chief legislative sponsor. He thought that the pre-tax nature of the main savings vehicle at the time, 401ks, benefited only the wealthy because they got a big tax break now and didn't really help middle and lower income households. His vision was to get those lower and middle income households saving to increase their savings rate by offering them a more valuable benefit, which was after-tax savings because they were in a lower tax bracket, but the savings grew tax-free and they were able to take it out tax-free. Also, those tax-free withdrawals helped keep their Social Security tax-free, as well as give an inheritance to their kids tax-free. Now, Senator Roth passed away in 2003.
I'm going to miss him.
But the defining characteristics of Roth IRAs, which is tax-free growth, after tax, it is not subject to required minimum distributions, tax-free withdrawals, and that it didn't make Social Security taxable, has boosted the savings rate in America. And if you don't understand what I mean by your investments, by Social Security being taxable and how your investments can cause that, we did a great webinar series on how that works, and you can see that on our YouTube channel or on our website.
I gotta check this out.
The first contributions to Roth IRAs were made in 1998 when the max contribution was only $500 per person per year. Today, there's a whopping $1.2 trillion in Roth IRAs, though, obviously not made $500 at a time. And many legislative developments have promoted the rank of the Roth IRAs, such as including rollovers from non-Roth employer-sponsored plans in 2008 and abolishing the income limits on conversions in 2010. Remember I said conversions were pretty new? It's only in 2010 that they became popular. Historically, the investors of Roth IRAs tend to be much younger people, with almost 33% being younger than 40, and only 26% of Roth IRA investors are over 60. Compare that with the IRA, which 44% of investors are over 60. The age disparity is because people have been told that Roth IRAs are much more favorable to young people, and although they are good for young people, we couldn't disagree that they're more favorable exclusively for them.
We disagree sometimes.
Our older clients get way more money into Roths than our younger clients because a lot of younger people run afoul of the income limitations, and it often makes sense for older Americans to do conversions, which tend to be a much, much larger dollar amount than the contributions.
All right, that makes sense.
So again, thanks for checking out our videos. Be sure to hit that like button at the bottom and share with your friends. Also, if you have any questions about Social Security, Roth conversions, or would like to discuss a complimentary consultation about your financial future, be sure and contact us through AQuestWealth.com. Over here, you can also subscribe and get alerts when we post new videos. Thank you.